We finally thought we found two sane people, and then oh my fucking goodness, they ended up being crazy as. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. It's Crispy and Lynette. If you're not new here, you know what's up. The dynamic duo is back by popular demand. So,
the people actually demand?
No. We're gonna be giving you guys the tea on our roommate horror stories all throughout university. It's been a roller coaster still.
If we begin to tell you guys.
Let me just make this disclaimer. If you feel like taking it upon yourself to internalize the words we're saying today, do not take this personally. We're not sitting here speaking lies. Like, we're just telling you our experience from our point of view. Like, the real estate real, we stuck through everything. So we're just talking about our experience for the last 4 years. So take that disclaimer seriously. Like, don't get offended, bitch. Don't call my phone. Don't message me. I'm not gonna answer. So Lynette might answer. She's a lot nicer than I am.
I was just about to say that.
Bitch, don't put her in that position, okay?
Please don't.
Like,
please do not.
like-
I guess we'll start from our first year of university. So excited to go to university, meeting all these new people,
going out.
Yeah.
Doing shenanigans.
Yeah.
They live together, like they as in like Lynette and a bunch of other people that we will get to meet along the 4 years of our journey.
Yeah.
But I lived in a different residence the first year, so I was like back and forth a lot. So I didn't like live as much as she did in that house with that, you know?
Yeah, so my like accommodation or whatever was like a house style. So it was like 5 bedrooms, a living room, kitchen, whatever. So I knew 2 of the girls. We went to high school together. One other girl, she was like, she didn't talk to anybody. She was just kept by herself.
She had her hamster and her husband, and she was good still.
Yeah, like, she did not like talk. And then there's another girl that is, you know, the highlight of this story. Her name is Taylor. So what can we say about Taylor to begin with?
She was nice. Like, Taylor was nice. But sometimes you should not live with people that are just nice. You have to take in the other aspects of their life and not ignore the red flags.
But in first year, we didn't get to choose who we lived with. So it was completely random, like us living with her. And we came from like the same city, like me and the 2 other girls that I talked to, we lived in the same city and Christine. Yeah. And then she came from a different city. So I guess like our way of...
Like, she was just different.
Yeah.
Like, we just came from different places. Yeah. In the same world, yes, but just different.
In our first year, like, obviously everyone's just there to have a good time. So like me, her, and Christine, like, we got along pretty quickly. Like, we'd go out all the time, having...
And she had friends too. She had like older friends and new people around the city. So sometimes like we would find ourselves out with her, or she would be like out with us. Then we just started like literally going out together, making friends all together. People would like, if they see one of us out, they know that the other 2 are close behind type shit.
In first year, like, it was only like little things that she would do, like the kitchen would be messy. Yeah,
or she would leave stuff out, like plates and forks and cups and stuff like that.
Yeah, just stuff like that. So like we kind of just ignored it, to be honest, because like we're young and we're still trying to have a good time with like our good friend. Do you have anything else to say about first year?
No.
Okay.
Get to the juicy stuff.
Yeah. So
first year was calm, like, for the most part. There were a few like little things, but it was calm.
Yeah. Now it comes time for us to try to think about like what we're going to be doing for the next year, because we're not going to be living on residence anymore. We need to find like an off-campus house to live in or whatever. So me and her already knew we were going to live together. So like now it was time to like find other people to live with. Yeah. Because Taylor was a good friend. We wanted her to live with us, but because of like the few little like flags that we seen, we were like, okay, like, is this really gonna be a good idea?
This was an internal discussion.
Yeah,
we were like, yeah. And then we brought it to her, and we were like, okay, listen, we're looking for a place, and we really want to tell you, like, can you please live with us, be our roommate? But like, there's just certain things that just, when we live together, this can't go on. That's literally how we brought it to her, like straight up, not even beating around the bush. Like, we were like, yeah, no, the dishes, we're not leaving dishes in the sink. We're sweeping up, like, we're cleaning our bathroom. We're keeping up with our house duties. Like, the garbage is getting taken out. Like, you know, we were like, this how it's gonna be type shit. Yeah. So we had thought we had come to an understanding.
Cause she's like, yeah, no problem. Like, you don't have anything to worry about. Like, I'll be good, I promise, kind of thing. So she comes to us and
closer
tells
to
us
the time that we have to start like actually finding somewhere to live.
yeah, and she's telling us, so my parents are gonna buy a house and we can all live in it basically.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, wow, like that was
Perfect.
easy. Like, yeah, what the heck? It's like it was a 7-bedroom house, so it was only 3 of us so far. So we had to find 4 other people to live with us. I had met some friends like in my first year, and I was like, oh, like you and your friend are looking for like a place to live. Like I have 4 extra rooms available. So then it was only like
now
2
we're at
people.
5. Yeah. So we had 2 more rooms to fill.
Yeah.
They bought the house. We're about to move in. We found roommates. Everything's looking lovely. Yeah. The first few weeks / months were so much fun. Like, so much fun. Yeah, everything was great.
We were literally just continuing our first year shenanigans. Just now we're older. Like, we're grown. We have our own house. Like,
and she had a car.
Oh, yeah.
Second year, she got a car. And then I got a car shortly after. So we both had cars. So we were mobile.
Just outside. Just continued being the 3 musketeers. Like, that's literally what it was, to be honest.
And then even your 2 friends, like, they started joining our shenanigans. Because obviously we're lit.
Now, we're noticing the behaviors that we discussed before moving into this house.
Yeah, questionable behaviors.
Starting to reappear.
We were like, we had to have seen this coming. But it was bad. Like, I'm talking like, she would make food and leave the food on the stove so long that mold would be growing in the pot on the food on the stove. Like, dishes in the sink for days, growing mold.
Both sides of the sink, full up. Like, if you want to come and wash your dish, like, you're having to, like...
Yeah, maneuver and Jim Screechy around. Where's the sponge? Yeah. Like, yo, that sponge, it was a nightmare. All the diseases in the world were in that fucking sponge. Like,
yeah.
And she would have people over, and the place would look like this. And all I'm thinking is, babe,
it's so shameful.
Do you not care about your guests at all? You don't even want to impress them a little? Pretend?
Not at all.
Not at all. It got worse when she started having people over, because then she would be home less, but when she was home, she would still cook, she would still do her thing, leave everything right there where it was. She would leave her plate
for so long
at the fucking table. After she's done eating, get up, walks away, does her thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna da-da-da after. Oh yeah. Babe.
How do you leave your plate sitting there after eating though? I don't understand. She started coming around less and less, to be honest. Like, she was having her own, she had her own friends, like other friends that she was making. Like, we didn't really vibe. Well, you hung out with them a little, but like
not too much. She was just out a little bit, and we just drifted apart. It was back to me and Lynette and the other 2 people sometimes. Yeah. But like, she was just not home ever. So it was calm, whatever. We were just like, okay, she's doing her thing. But it was very much that animosity was in the air. You know, that like, oh, I know you guys think I'm disgusting, and I don't appreciate that type of thing. So she kind of distanced herself.
You think so?
Yeah. And I think it was around that time where I said to her, I'm like, bitch, if you don't clean up, I'm not re-signing this lease.
Yeah. But I think she, like, because it was 2 floors. So I was living in the basement floor with the one friend that I had made and her friend as well. And she was living on the top floor with her. So, like, they shared a bathroom. Yeah. Like, she saw the kitchen more often.
The bathroom was terrible. Every Saturday, we gotta complain, like, what are you doing? Yeah. She's in her room, blasting music, talking to friends, blah, 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 blah. Please, like, this is your house. Like, that's the craziest part. Like, besides this being a place that you just live for now for school, your parents bought this home. And that was how she got away with it, because her parents would come by and clean up after her. Clean up the bathroom, clean up the kitchen, sweep, mop, things that we never ever see her do ever.
Yeah. Back sometimes, I think I remember, honestly, like, just washing both sides of the sink just because I was so tired of looking at it. Yeah. Like, I think I did that a few times still. Yeah.
And wiping the counters, I would have to do that often because she just wouldn't. She just wouldn't. And even though we ate out a lot, like, I don't know, the little time she was in the kitchen, we kind of switched up the rooming arrangements, and we were like, okay, like, maybe this will be better. Like, maybe this will be good. But it was worse. In the summertime, I was there a lot because I would walk in and there's like boxes of food on the table, and like I don't even want to touch it to see if it's molding because it's been there for days. Like, the girl that moved into my old room, that was her friends that she was hanging out with that we didn't too par with. So when she had moved in, like her friend had moved in, it was like they were the same, both messy, both like hair everywhere, fam. Guests in and out of the house all the time. Random ass people just in the crib, just very inconsiderate, you know.
Yeah. Her and like a few of the other 2 roommates or whatever would go out there sometimes, and like they would tell me, like, fam, like, the bathroom looks disgusting, this is bad, this is that. So like they called me at the end of the summertime and they were like, okay, like, I think we need to really evaluate what we're gonna do here. Either we're gonna stay and live in this mess, or leave. And I remember you guys telling me that you guys had asked her to clean the basement bathroom because the basement bathroom is not hers. So we were gonna move in and the basement bathroom was disgusting, and she was like,
oh yeah,
I'm not cleaning the bathroom before you guys move in. And we're
yes,
like, what?
Yes, it hadn't been cleaned all summer, and I had gone back like for most of August. I was there like June, July. So come September, we were all moving in, and we were like, yo, like, can you just like clean up the crib or get your family to like do their thing before we move back? And she was sort of like, no. She said we should either come clean it ourselves or
get a cleaning lady. Should pay for a cleaning lady to come.
I remember that. What? Don't forget, this is your house, like.
And honestly, I feel like the reason like she was able to say these things to us is because we were friends. Because like,
but we planned behind her back and we looked for a new place because she was just annoying. Like, I was not like, I'm not going to lower my living standard to please you. Like, that does not make sense to me. So we looked for a place behind her back and we found a place literally like a day before school started.
Oh my goodness.
And me and Lynette were like, fuck, like, okay, we have a place. Now we have to tell her. Because I remember you were like, should we tell her that we're looking? And I was like, no, like, what if we don't find anything? Like, we don't want to make her panic and free us. And what if she treats us a certain way if we move back into the house knowing that we were looking? Yeah. So I was like, no. Unless we find something concrete, fuck it. We're not going to tell her.
Because I'm thinking friendship still. Because, like, I'm like... my good mate that I was enjoying with, it's like, you know, I didn't want to do that.
So fat. Yeah, like, you were literally ready to stay. Like.
I was just lived through filth because
of what?
She was my mate. So we found a place, whatever, and so because me and her were the closest to Taylor, we were like, okay, like we need to have this conversation with her. So 3-way FaceTime, and we're like, honestly, we love you, no hard feelings, like you're still our homegirl, but we are actually going to move out and we found a place because we can't deal with these living conditions anymore.
It's just not fair to us. We're paying rent. You don't fucking pay rent. Like, you need to know that we're paying for quality. Like, what the fuck? Why would we not want a good living space if we're paying every month, you know?
Yeah. So on the phone, she was like, oh, like, you could tell she was like kind of shocked, sad, like
she was speechless still.
Yeah,
it was she didn't even say any words. She was just like, oh, and then she said okay, and then we were like, okay, so like we'll talk to you soon. She's like, okay, and then she hung up the phone. And immediately ran to our landlord, which was her family member, because remember her family had bought the house. So immediately boop, 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 daddy.
Well, which is understandable, like,
of course they have
lost,
to know
like how many 4 tenants in a day. And like, keep in mind, guys, school starts in like a week or so. So they don't have tenants to live in the house anymore. And honestly, at my big age now, that was an asshole move on our part, honestly.
But what would have been the right thing to do? Tell her that we were looking?
Us to realize that we wanted to move out months before, because we knew she was messy from the beginning, and we didn't discuss anything about anything.
You're right. We could have showed her from like COVID times.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because COVID hit, like we weren't even thinking about that until late summer. Whatever. It played out how it played out. Yeah. And I do feel a little bit bad, but she called me a bitch, so I actually feel less bad because you did not have to do that.
Oh my goodness.
She was moving all big and tough.
Tensions were high, okay? Let's just say that. Tensions were high. Obviously, she was upset, like, whatever. A few hours later, like that same day, she sent us a long message telling us basically we're an hour away from where we go to school or where we went to school, and she's telling us we need to come by tomorrow to pick up our stuff.
She's like, have your things out by tomorrow.
Yeah. It's 8 p.m. or something when she sent us this message too, you know, like 8 p.m. Like, what do you mean? We don't live in the city.
None of us drive. Bitch, a U-Haul takes days to book.
Saying you guys didn't give my family notice, so like I don't need to give you notice, which you have to understand.
Okay, but she didn't understand the law. She did not understand the law at all. She was angry texting.
The law wasn't on her side still, because you actually cannot.
You legally cannot do that. Even if you're going to evict somebody, which that was not what was happening. We were leaving. Even if she wanted to evict us, we have 30 days. 30 days to get our stuff out. Not 30 minutes. We emailed the landlord, which is her family, and we were like, this is fuckery and you can't do this to us, so we're gonna remove our things when we can. Thank you very much. It'll be out by this date.
Yeah.
And we all had our stuff out days before that date. We even said, I'm pretty sure we said, like, for example, September 7th, we had our stuff out by September 2nd. Because we had to move to our new place by September 3rd. So we had our shit out, and they were like, you know, not feeling it. But it is what it is.
It is.
That was second year. Now we're in third year. We have a brand new place.
Wait.
There's more?
We didn't mention who we've met second year going into our third. We're gonna talk
Oh,
about that.
yeah.
No, you have to say. If I see my drink, I need some juice.
Side note. This is an important side note. In second year, we both got into relationships that got pretty serious at the time. So we were pretty much planning on moving into this new house with these people as well.
It's our third year now. It's still kind of COVID-y time, so like we're all at home. Like we're all pretty close because we had lived together before.
Everything was fine.
Honestly, there was nothing really wrong that year.
Yeah.
The way we split up the payments was where it was interesting. Basically, we had to pay for the house as a whole, so it wasn't like each individual room we were paying for. So it was like, say our rent was like $2,000. The 4 girls were paying like, what's $2,000?
$500.
Yeah, $500 for example for our rent, and we also had to pay utilities. So you're like, okay, like you two gentlemen pay the utilities. So that's how we split it up back then. So every bill that would come to us, like them two would split the bill, and then us would pay for the rent. And we all got along, keep in mind, like we were all like,
we would have like stuff all together every like St. Patty's Day, Halloween, like whatever, even just random Friday nights, we would all just link and have wine and just
because like it was still like COVID times and like things were closed. This was like 2021 now. So still COVID times, things were closed, so we couldn't really go out. So like, and we were still kind of like, we still wanted to continue our shenanigans, I guess. Still continue our good time. Now comes time to like figure out what we're doing for our 4th year or the following year. And okay, so basically the two guys weren't very financially, you know where you guys know
weren't rappers and drug dealers, okay? And we're all the same age, so use your imagination.
Yeah. What they wanted to happen was all of us split the utilities 6 ways, and then us females still pay for our individual rooms for our rent. Because we were trying to be like supportive or whatever, we were like, yeah, like that makes sense. When realistically it does not make sense
at all. No.
Not one.
What makes sense is if they were living there, then we should have split the rent and the utilities 6 ways, which is what our other 2 friends had suggested.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's stupid. This is my equal. If I never told you that this person was in this room, then this is how it would be. So rate-tay-tay. Then we tried to go back to what we were doing the year before. We were like, okay, calm down. Let's just continue to split the rent 4 ways between us 4, and the gentleman will pay for the utility. They were like, no, now that sounds fucking ridiculous, because why are they living there using water, using the stove, breathing the same air when they're only going to pay for the utilities? They need to be paying rent. So we open up a can of worms. Yeah.
Tweedledee Tweedledum here. That I do regret. Like we were the horror roommates.
Yeah. In 3rd to 4th year, we were the horrible roommates.
Yeah.
Still.
So we lost friends, and no man. So what did we gain?
What did we gain?
What?
We lost brain cells, is what it was. Like, we gained insight.
Yeah.
We learned.
Yeah, that is it.
That was just such a bad idea, and it like we didn't even realize it was a bad idea until
like the next year,
like literally the year after.
When we got crazier,
mash up, and
we got crazier roommates, and we were like, damn, we wish our friends like had stayed. Like, yeah.
So now the 2 dudes are still in the house. It's us 2, and now we have to find 2 roommates.
Yeah.
So we're posting on Facebook Marketplace. Like, we're doing a lot, having people tour the place. Like, oh my god, it felt like forever. Having people walk up and down, hi, this is da-da-da-da, and we had to do it because it was our responsibility, because we had to pay for the house. It wasn't like the landlord was doing anything. He was fucking useless. He was a bad person, okay? So we were doing everything, and it was exhausting. We finally thought we found 2 sane people, and then oh my fucking goodness, they ended up being crazy as fuck. Like,
the one girl, she was decent. She was alright. She was a clean.
Why did she even leave?
Because
we were smoking inside.
Not we. I don't smoke. She was like a clean freak. Like, she didn't like the smell of weed. Like,
yeah, no. She told us she had asthma, which I don't believe. And she was calm. Everything was fine. We'd go out. She seemed cool. She didn't really have a lot of people in and out, which was good. She wasn't even there on the weekends and stuff most of the times. And she never cooked, so she was never really in the kitchen. Like, she literally had dino nuggets and fries for dinner every night. So she was calm, whatever. But I smoked, and my partner at the time smoked, and her partner at the time smoked. So we were smoking inside a lot. And at first, we had asked her before. I remember she came, I walked her through the house, and I had asked her straight up. I was like, yo, like, we smoke. Tell me right now if that bothers you, and we'll just take it outside, because we need a roommate, and you're the priority, and we're gonna, you know, make sure that you're okay in this house. But we've been smoking inside, so you just let me know what's up, right? She was like, no, I'm totally cool. Like, I'm fine. You guys are good. Like, don't worry. And she didn't say anything for the first, like, was it like a month or two? It wasn't long still. But not long after, she went to the landlord. She didn't even come to us. She went to the landlord, and she was like, yeah, your tenants are smoking cigarettes inside, baby. I don't smoke bogeys, and I can't stand it. I can't breathe. I can't be in the common spaces. She also said that we're disgusting, all lies, whatever.
Keep in mind, we have to find 2 roommates. So there's a next roommate also. How do you describe her?
She was a very masculine girl, okay? She drank a lot of beer, and she smoked a lot, and she smoked cigarettes and weed. And she would have like her dude up in the place, and they would be blasting like rock music and stuff. And her dog was like really like, she did not put love and attention into that dog. Like, that was a really misbehaving.
I completely forgot about that dog, you know.
Yo.
The dog peed in the house, pooed in the house, licking, drinking toilet water. Oh, I completely forgot about the dog. Shed everywhere.
Yo, that dog shed everywhere. It took me months to get that dog's bullshit out of my own clothes. I worked a construction job, so she would basically be gone like 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Like, she was gone all fucking day. And like, we were back in school, but it was like hybrid. Like, some in class, some at home. And I was home a lot, so like, I could see that she wasn't home. And she would leave her dog in the cage in the room all fucking day. No water, didn't take the dog out in the morning, and all of that. Went into the room, and the dog shit up the crib, his little crate he was in. Shit up the crate, got out, shit up the bed, the floor. There was stuff torn up everywhere.
What did he do? Just close the door?
He helped clean it.
Oh wow. So O moves in. Obviously when you first move in, like, we're trying to get to know her, so we're like, yeah, like, come out with us, like, we're still going out, just trying to get her vibe, see how she is, whatever, you know, try to get to know her. Or I guess I was just trying to get to know her. She doesn't care about anybody.
At this point, I was exhausted. Okay, all these fucking roommates, and they all sucked. Like, don't get me wrong, the last 2 was on us, but there was no point to leave. Like, you guys suck. So it was just cheese. Like, and O had a boyfriend that would be at the house a lot, and they would drink a lot. So just please put 2 and 2 together. Like, it was just not pretty sometimes.
They're not gonna put 2 and 2 together, I don't think.
They would beat each other up in the fucking house, be yelling at each other, throwing shit at each other. She was not a good roommate. She wasn't, okay? Inconsiderate. Like, what do you mean it's 3 a.m. and you guys are in the kitchen screaming at each other? Ma'am, I have school tomorrow morning. We're all students here. You are a random person living outside of your mom's house with your abusive boyfriend. Why are you making all these life decisions, you know?
Questions getting good.
From me seeing that, I did not part with her whatsoever.
Yeah, so she automatically wrote her off. But me on the other hand, like, I still talk to her. Like, I'd be like, you know, like, leave him. Like, you know, like, you're better than that.
Leave
like,
him.
yeah, like, don't worry, girl. Like,
police knocking on our door, talking about we got a complaint, talking about someone here with a restraining order is da 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 da. It was bad still.
Yeah, so O was there for a while. So now back to Karen. So Karen's still being crazy. She thinks people are stealing from her. She thinks like...
Didn't she put up cameras in her room?
Yeah.
She put up a camera
in her room.
Yeah. Because she was like, you guys are stealing my shit. I'm tired of this. Da, 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 da.
I think she accused us of stealing like her skates. Like, what are we gonna do with your skates? We did not steal her skates, but she ended up like she literally like, we woke up one day and she's gone. Like,
her room was empty.
Like, gone, ditched her. Like, we messaged the landlord, because keep in mind, we're still paying as a house at this point. So
we were worried.
Yeah, so we were like, she's not sending her portion of like the rent. So like, you know, what's going on? So,
and she took my bottle on her way out. Bitch, she cleared out the fridge.
Yeah.
She took everything that was good. At least of my stuff.
Honestly, after that day, we never heard from her again. Like, I don't even know if the landlord heard from her again after that. The landlord told us that we had to find another roommate, but we never ended up finding another roommate, and he honestly just hugged the loss. Like, that room not being paid for. Because we were like, it's not our fault that she left. Exactly. We can't find another roommate, so sorry. Like, sometimes as a landlord, you just have to hug your loss.
Shit like that. Sorry.
Yeah. Just me, Christine, and O at this point. This was summer 2022. Oh my goodness, this was a good summer. Because I had just had another relationship. We went to the beach like every week. We were going outside, like getting sushi. Like, so this is her last year like in school. I still had another year to do. So she packed up and left me.
I did. I wish I didn't have to, but I'm not into working hard for nothing.
Yeah, it honestly just didn't make sense for her to stay out there. So it was really just me and O there, and
I would come back to visit though.
It wasn't enough. So I don't think me and O didn't find the roommates. The landlord kind of just took it upon himself, because keep in mind, he's seeing all the people coming in and out, so he's thinking like these girls are hooligans. They can't find proper roommates. So I'm gonna take it upon myself. But the people that he found weren't any better. If anything, they were worse. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, like it's just gonna be me and O, like me and my homegirl, like, cause during the summertime, like I said, we were hanging out, so like we were pretty close at that time. So we were hanging out, and our new roommates are coming in. So they were culturally different people. I was open. O was not having it at all. Like, she, even before they came, she said, I don't want this certain type of person to move in. And those type of people moved in. So keep in mind, I'm still thinking me and O, like, it's fine. Like, we can ignore these people. Like, we can still go out, have a good time. Like, I'm still living in La La Land, you know? I found this out after, but she basically had left the house the same way Karen left the house. She had left the house without saying a single word to me. Like, and I'm thinking that this is my good up friend too, you know? So for her to leave, like, honestly, like, it hurt still. Like, my feelings were actually hurt, I'm not gonna lie. So I found out later, because like she was like rah-rah-rah with her boyfriend, there was some like damages to the room, and like the landlord was telling her that she had to pay more on top of like the rent that like she didn't pay as well. Really? Yeah, so on top of like all that, like her financial struggles or whatever, she didn't like the roommates that we were living with, so she left. So I was stuck with a whole bunch of strangers I did not know, I did not talk to. And that year, honestly, I was definitely just in my cubicle, in my room. My mates all left me. I'm literally just going to school, going to work, and coming home and just chilling. Like, she would come like here and there on the weekends and stuff, and we'd hang out, like, but it just wasn't the same. Like, when you're living with your mates, like, I don't know, it's just different. Yeah. It was definitely an adjustment. Those people, dirty. Like, filthy. Like I would be tiptoeing in the bathroom. Like, there was a point in time where there was that one girl living in the basement. She was pretty clean. Oh, she was very clean, actually. I've never seen that bathroom looking messy or none of that. Yeah, no. So I would just go down there. Fam, I would check all the My room was upstairs. I did not use the upstairs bathroom. I would go all the way downstairs. It was like 2 flights of stairs. I'd go down. Every time I needed to pee, I'm going downstairs. You know when a place is getting dirty? When the corners are starting to get dark. Yeah. And there's questionable matter happening in the corners of the room. She would be in my room and she'd go into the upstairs bathroom. I would warn her, fam, don't go in the upstairs bathroom. So these people smoke cigarettes too. So like they were smoking cigarettes in the house. And they had multiple people in one room. Like, they were like, it was like 2 people in the room beside you, 3 people in the room down the hall. Yeah. Like, it was messed up, The cigarette smoke, it would seep into my room. They would try to like make conversation with me, like, good morning, like, do you want some of, I'm making whatever, do you want some? No. You're dirty. Why the fuck would I eat from your... I do not. It came to a point where like I had to leave all of my utensils in my room because I couldn't share, like, couldn't have the mix and mingle. Yeah, we had a dishwasher, but like the dishwasher, the sanitation of the dishwasher just wasn't enough for me. Like, I'm if they used my fork, I would have to throw out the fork. Like, I'm not using it again. I'm sorry. Garbage would pile up, never take out the garbage. You know when you cook and like you're supposed to like, you know, wipe the stove off, and like because of splatters and stuff, would not wipe the stove off. The kitchen got questionable, fam. Like, stuff everywhere. The countertops were always sticky. I stopped making noodles and stuff like that in that house, and I was just like, Lynette, whatever you're going downstairs to make yourself, please just bring me some. I can't do it anymore. And every time I was down there, I would run into a stranger. It was like, who are you? Like, you've been living here, what do you mean?
Like, what the fuck?
And I would literally mess with the landlord, like, yeah, these people are smoking. And he'd be like, what is he would say something dumb to me, like, oh, I'm tired of this, or something like this. Are they smoking right now? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm tired of this. Let me find the messages. No, because he said something dumb to me. So I'm like, can you please speak to the tenants? They're smoking cigarettes in the house, and it's traveling into my room and bothering me a lot. I've already said something to them and it's still happening. And he's like, you've got to be kidding me. Is it the guy or the girl? Because like we said, there was multiple people living in that room. And I was like, I have no idea. He's like, is it happening now? I said, yeah. Okay, thanks.
I've contacted,
and I keep getting excuses and nonsense out of them. I'm really tired of it and I'm trying to get them out. Not sure that I will be successful before August ends. Sorry that your tenancy has to end like this.
He was a bad person, but anyways, the real stay real, fam. The fake fold every time. So here we are. Not gonna lie, there was a point in time we can reflect and be grown-ups. There was a point in time where we fucked up.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We literally changed Mon over friendship, which was really dumb. I would never advise anyone to do that, because when that man leaves you, then what? Friendships are more important. Yeah, like, it sounds kind of weird to say, but like, I guess maybe for us during that time specifically, friendships were, we definitely should have been putting more energy into keeping our friendship strong than trying to entertain men and have them live with us for free. So
I have no words. Like, I think about it and think, like, why? Like,
we can make a whole video on
this
like,
behavior. Maybe we should.
Culture. Yeah, on dating culture and things you should not things you should look out for, and red flags.
Oh,
that'd be a juicy video on that. We're in the car now.
Yeah, it's home time.
Yeah, it's home time still. But thank you guys for watching. This is a juicy sit down chit chat.
I'm a little nervous about it.
Really?
Yes.
Why? You think someone's gonna call your phone?
Yes, I do actually. Don't call me.
Don't catch feelings.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what you did. You dirty bitch.
And we acknowledged our mistakes too, though.
Exactly.
So like, you know,
we're very objective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no bias here. So be for real and don't call my phone. But yeah, if you watched till the end, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment and let me know that you want to see Lynette in more videos, because she's back by popular demand. So come on.
Apparently.
Maybe it's my popular demand. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.